called from, and it's with her mom.
What are you doing? Blessings or peace and blessings, folks. Excuse me. Peace and blessings to each of you in this moment. It is good to be here once again in a moment of praise and petition. So, folks, it is again the noonday hour here. And of course, we are glad each of you have paused and created some time and space to have a moment to go before the throne of mercy. But as always, I'd like to bring you greetings on behalf of the president of the National Alumni Association, that being Mr. Jerry Redmond, as well as the president of the university, Dr. Gerald Briggs. And of course, my name is Reverend Anthony J. Brownlow, and I am the national chaplain for the National Alumni Association. Hey, folks, today we have an interesting theme to kind of consider, and that being, of course, old books should be read as a part of the search for new knowledge. Again, old books should be read as a part of the search for new knowledge. And today's supporting text is Ecclesiastes, the first chapter and the 9th verse. Very familiar text to you or to all of us. I would suggest if you spent any significant time during Sunday school Bible study and just in and around the church. So the text reads as follows. What has been is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done. There is nothing new under the sun. Again, what has been is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done. There is nothing new under the sun. Old books. May the Lord add a blessing to the reader, the hearer, and doer of God's amazing word. And so that being said, old books should be read as a part of the search for new knowledge. Folks, I don't know if you're like me. I don't know if you've ever had this scenario where you have entertained the idea of being first at addressing, investigating, or doing a new thing. Martin Luther King would call it, almost in alignment of, this idea or concept of having the drum major instinct, right? Well, what's interesting in this moment, in this particular text, here we find ourselves in Ecclesiastes, and what we are engaging with is King Solomon's spiel in this particular season of his life. And what is really eye-catching in this moment is he is not speaking as a king. It is a very humble king. In fact, the research or the individuals who kind of like investigate this particular text state simply that he is actually functioning almost as a teacher, right? And so in your downtime or in your time of leisure, please go back and read the entire first chapter, and you will see just exactly what I mean. He literally is in this place, this man who has been this reader or this, who has all this wisdom, who's over this kingdom, who has built this temple, is almost saying like all the things he has achieved, all this wisdom he has, been fortunate and blessed to receive from God Almighty. He keeps using this term vanity. vanity. And he uses this throughout the entire book of Ecclesiastes. It's as almost if, like, what his perception was as he entered all of these pursuits of achieving all of these natural highs or these particular pursuits. They were not what he thought they would be. And he even goes as far to say in one instance that it was like chasing the wind. And I thought that was extremely humbling when we sit down and think about the topic and the text. And so, what I think is really, beautiful about this moment is, when I consider what he says, when I think about the text, and when I think about historically myself in having this desire to be the first, there's a danger sometimes with having this drum major instinct and desiring to be first, right? You can almost get drunk with the pursuit and miss, the moment, right? Because you are so, or I could be so enamored with being the first that you miss what's really happening in the moment. Well, as we kind of operate in this season of life, I think the ancestors have some things that we should consider. In fact, I think we need to turn the pages of history back, right? And, consider some of the practices of the ancestors, those who are no longer with us, those who created a foundation for us, those who dealt with some battles that we historically have never had to, but possibly maybe have to deal with moving forward. There is something about their playbook that I think is appropriate in this season. And so I think that's what makes this particular topic appropriate, right? Old books should be read as a part of the search for new knowledge. I think the ancestors have the blueprint. And I think the new technology, the more education, the greater experiences we have in partnership with that which the ancestors have already laid before us is a tool or a vehicle that can assist us in sustaining in this moment in time. And of course, I'm never trying to leave God out of any equation where I engage, and I'm suggesting and informing and pleading with you not to leave God out of your pursuit as well. Because I do think Solomon is trying to help us out when he tells us, hey, ain't nothing new under the sun. You may think you're doing a new thing. You may, be considering and just kind of getting enamored with, where you are. Somebody else has done it. And they may have not done the exact thing, but they've done a similar thing, right? And that coming to that realization, I think, naturally affords us some degree of humility. And what we also can recognize as we bring this portion of our moment together to a close, that at the end of the day, God is in the midst of our equation. That no matter what we're able to achieve, no matter whatever particular pursuit we are successful in obtaining, God is in the midst. We have not done it independent of God. And so what we do know is things will come and go, as the writer of this particular text or this particular book of the Old Testament talks about. But we do know God will always remain constant. And so again, I think, and I would suggest, old books should be read as a part of the search for new knowledge. That being said, let us prepare our hearts and minds for a word of prayer. Oh, merciful God, here we find ourselves on this day, Happy once again to be here, putting forth praise and petition at the throne of mercy. God, we are blessed, and we recognize that in this season that we find ourselves, you are also here too. And so, that being said, God, that is a means of confidence in itself. And sometimes, God, that's what we have to utter. When other thoughts try to creep into our imaginations, in our hearts, and in our minds, God, we have to lift up your name as a remembrance to fight off anxiety, frustration, irritation, agitation, Lord. God, we are grateful that we have our health and strength in this hour. We're grateful, God, for the many blessings that have shown up at the threshold of our very existence. And God, we're thankful for some things that looked initially like they were against us, but lo and behold, Lord, they were just what the doctor ordered. And so, God, we understand that you work in very mysterious ways. In fact, you leave us speechless on a number of occasions. And God, keep being God. Keep working things in the manner that you work things. And we will continue to praise your holy name. But God, we also recognize and understand that, Lord, there are those who are in seasons of life where they don't have answers to the questions that are inundating their spirit. I mean, Father, they are exhausted. They are pleading and requesting your merciful hand, an answer directly from you. And so, God, we lift their hearts and minds up in this moment. God, they need a love offering that has your hand all over it. They need to escape from what is right now tackling them, exhausting their spirit, and continuously laying them out. So, Lord, will you, God, in this very moment, go see about them? Lord, as we prepare to bring this portion of the moment together, we are grateful that the university gets to celebrate in this week, in this Founders Week, 75 years of existence. How many lives have been affected? How many lives that are currently being affected? All because of the existence of this institution. We celebrate that moment. We celebrate your hedge of protection and all the gifts that you planted in the life of our institution of higher learning. And so, God, as we bring this prayer to a close, I ask that you be with my cousin, Charles Wright Jr., and his wife and his family as they prepare to celebrate the life of their child. Oh, what a difficult moment in season this is for them. And so, God, would you nourish and nurture them? Would you keep and guide them? Would you whisper peace and love in their hearts and minds in such a difficult hour? God, we are grateful that we've had this time together. We lift up these praise and petitions. And God, we bless your holy name. Amen. Well, folks, once again, it has been a blessing to be right here with you at the noonday hour. We're grateful for how you have shown up in this moment for those who have had concerns that have been arresting their attention. So, God, as always, we lift before you, or we lift in this moment for those who are watching now and those who will be watching at a later hour to keep asking, to keep seeking, to keep knocking. The God we serve is not in the business of having a deaf ear to your particular concern. So, folks, as we bring this to a close, we look forward to seeing you right back here, same place, same time. And we ask that you keep right there in the center of your heart, that old books should be read as a part of the search for new knowledge. Solomon was up to something, or he really came to a profound epiphany in the first chapter of the book of Ecclesiastes. And he has ushered us, in this moment and left, something for us to consider and to deliberate. Folks, be blessed. And we look forward to seeing you right back here next week, same time, same place. Be blessed.